I think Chris Weidman. I think that he made some mistakes in the first fight, and I think I think they both made some mistakes, and just Rockhold just hasn't been looking good lately. I think that his unfortunately it looks like his chin's a little suspect these days, and that's not necessarily a knock on him. He could just be fighting, he's fighting hitters. You know what I mean? Yoel Romero's no joke, so I'll give him that, but I think that Weidman's probably taken the less damage since their last fight. Rockhold's had a hard time staying healthy, so I think Weidman.
Ah, man, it's tough to say. They're both two over-the-hill guys. Their best days are way behind them, so, I don't know how to pick that. Who's going to get more up for that fight? I really don't know. I guess we'll have to see and find out.
I favor Luke Rockhold a little bit more than Weidman, but I think Luke Rockhold, but because Luke Rockhold, I would say.
Anybody but Luke Rockhold is my answer. So Weidman for sure. Can't stand Luke Rockhold.
I'm gonna have to go with Weidman this time. If he doesn't do a spinning back kick, he should be all right.
Oh, Luke, definitely. He's looking great in training. Luke is he won the first one definitely. The second one is I don't see it going no way different than the first.
I'll go Weidman, man. I think he's more focused right now.
I think in that last fight, it showed that Rockhold was just on another level, man. His top pressure is just something special. I hear a lot about him in the gym, and I think it might go pretty similar to that last fight. I think Weidman looked good in his last fight, and hopefully he takes that into this one. But I see Rockhold coming out with the win again.
Because they've both been hurting. I like Weidman in that fight. I think he's gonna come back and be strong and do what it takes to win.
Rockhold has already been knocked out. He's been beaten up, and he's pretty much had his whole pride taken away from him. And Weidman just has that good old American strength that he wants to go in there and just beat you up. Like, taking that loss, he can't turn around. He actually been pretty much dominant on every return that he's been in the octagon.
I like Rockhold still. I won a lot of money on Rockhold that first fight. When they fought, I won a lot of money. I love Chris Weidman. I'm a fan of his. I'm really cool with him. But stylistically, I think Rockhold can still beat anybody in the division. I mean, he got caught by Yoel, but I think if Rockhold fought a Whitaker right now, he would win that fight. I think Rockhold wins that fight again. I do.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to go with Chris, to be honest with you. Luke hasn't looked that good in his past couple of fights, and Chris is, finally getting a lot of pep in the step and doing well. I guess it's one of those things where you always have, like, up and down, and sometimes it's more down than up than you want it to be, but Chris is back and it looked good.
Oh, that's interesting. Say Weidman? Yeah, say Weidman, just because I want him to win. I like Weidman as a person. He seems like he's a good dude.
They're in the same weight class as me. Fuck them both. But let's go with Rockhold because he plans on going up to 85, and Chris Weidman takes a L. And I've always wanted to fight Chris Weidman. Hopefully he stays at 85, and then I can hit him with that Yoel Romero knee to his chin again. Boom. That's how she rolls.
Very good fight. I gravitate a little bit towards Luke Rockhold. I think, in my opinion, he has a little bit crisper striking. But Chris Weidman is also a good wrestler. But a slight advantage, I would say, Luke Rockhold.
I'm going to say Luke Rockhold. I think that Rockhold has a little more versatility. I think that he's a little better, actually, in most areas. And I think, another one that's very questionable is Weidman with USADA coming in. So, I mean, those are facts. You look at these guys before USADA, he's literally killing people. And then he's calling for, like, title shot. What is he, 1-3 in his last 4 fights with all, like, he's gotten finished in all 3 of those. Those weren't close fights. He got finished. No, there's no way he was not on something. No way. Everybody. I'm not even kidding. I can't get over it. I don't know what it is. Half the roster, you can see them. They're whole total different fighters. And for some reason, this is what angers me with the UFC, is they're still giving these guys respects that you can tell they were on something. So they're still living off that name they built, a long time ago. This is why I came out and said it against Jake Ellenberger. Okay? He might be a great guy, great person, everything, there's no way Jake Ellenberger wasn't cheating. You don't go on a tear that he was before USADA comes in, right? Where they're saying this guy could be the next guy. He's a real live, juggernaut. Then USADA comes in, he's 1-7, but he's still getting paid more than 90% of the roster because he's been around so long, and he had this big name. I don't think that's fair to the up and coming fighters. I don't think it's fair to any fighters in the UFC where these guys are still living off those past names that they built that you could. They weren't caught. So I mean, I'm just saying perspective wise, but still, like, should that guy be in the UFC when he's 1-7? No, that's not a UFC level fighter, is it? I don't think so. I think that you have to earn your spot. Like, it doesn't matter how big of a name you have. You're Anderson Silva. You lose 6 fights in a row in the UFC. Are you a UFC level fighter? No, I don't think so. I think if you're not here to be the best, and if you're not at that trajectory of being the best fighter, I don't know why you're in the sport.